All right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers and sisters doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a video on what's going on with the truckers. You know, the Lord gathered to where these truckers are losing their jobs, man. You know, and we know the truckers are good for bringing the foods and the materials that people need to their stores. And if they can't do their job, then these stores are soon going to be empty and closed down because the stores can't make any money. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this clip, and then I'm going to play a couple videos and then get in the scriptures. It says, from the Business Insider, a freight windfall hints that the trucking bloodbath may let up, in which it's not going to let up. It says truckers like Lexington, Kentucky, based owner operator Chad Boblet, said truckers have suffered a bloodbath in 2019. This year alone, some 2,500 truck drivers have lost their jobs as trucking companies, large and small, declare bankruptcy. Major carriers like J.B. Hunt, Knight-Swift, and Schneider have been forced to cut their annual outlooks. Right, and there's been a whole bunch of different companies losing their jobs lately too. It says the rate sentiment among industry leaders dipped to recession level lows in July, according to a Morgan Stanley survey. But signs of something less sinister are on the horizon, and leaders are becoming confident that trucking will bounce back later this year. It says the Chainalytics Cohen Freight indices shows that freight rates have increased every week for 3 weeks, even though they're still down by 15.5% in the spot market and 4.6% in the contract market compared to last year. Industry publication FreightWaves reported that volume growth has been climbing since July 31st for the first time this entire year. It says ACT Research also noted a surprising uptick in July, which the transport data group called an anomalous spike. Volume showed signs of life in July for the first time this year for at least some of our friends in the industry. Tim Denoyer, ACT Research Vice President and Senior Analyst, said in a release. It says, while manufacturing and retail numbers were iffy in 2019, strong earnings this week from Target and Walmart indicate that retail is stronger than key indicators had depicted. If consumers are buying more, that means trucks will be moving more too. The American Trucking Association Truck Tonnage Index jumped by 7.3% in July 2019 from July 2018. Tonnage in 2019 has been on a roller coaster ride plagued with large monthly swings, which continued in July as tonnage surged after falling significantly in May and June. ATA Chief Economist Bob Costello said in a statement. Right, so, you know, it's more to this article, but I'm not going to read the rest of it. As you can see, truck drivers are losing their jobs, and they're trying to give you all these numbers that how it's rising, you know, but, you know, in the scriptures say that there isn't going to be any work in Egypt, you know, so ultimately they're lying, you know. That's Esau. Esau got to keep you asleep.
600 workers get a text message at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. You lost your job. The workers of the United States of America are tired of being pawns in this big corporate game. President Trump came to my community and said, don't sell your house.
Let me tell you folks in Ohio and in this area, don't sell your house. We're going to get those values up. We're going to get those jobs coming back.
And since that time, we lost the second shift at our General Motors plant. And General Motors, on that same day that the workers were walking out, announced they're building a new factory in Mexico. President Trump said, don't sell your house. A few months later, General Motors lays off the first shift. They tell the workers 2 days after Thanksgiving. And just a couple of days ago, a trucking company, Falcon Transport, just outside of Youngstown, Ohio, their workers get a text message. 600 workers get a text message at 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. You lost your job. We got bailout money for every bank that wants one. Every savings and loan, every corporation gets a tax cut to the tune of $2.3 trillion, and no one gives a damn about the workers. If we could bail out the corporations that have done everything wrong, we can start helping the workers who have done everything right. I yield back to bounce my time.
Right. Yeah, Republicans.
A few Falcon Transport drivers made it to the depot in Austintown before getting the message on their inboard computer Saturday night that the company was ceasing operations. Today I talked with them about what's happening and found out some people are willing to help them with new jobs. Multiple former Falcon drivers were unloading their cabs today. Ed McCormick had just gotten back Friday night, and Saturday night got the message that the company was shutting down.
And it was like a bolt of lightning on a clear day. And I wouldn't need to say wasn't expecting that.
McCormick had a loaded trailer that was due in Columbus at 7 a.m. Instead, he was going to check his bank account. McCormick is 70 years old and may opt for retirement.
In that sense, it's good timing, but my heart goes out to the people like my fellow drivers here.
Brian Chapman is one of those. He just bought a house and because of Falcon's demise, could miss his first mortgage payment. The company had new logos on the trucks. He thought Falcon had a chance of surviving after losing GM.
Yeah, it was a surprise. The only signs we had was a couple weeks of messed up payroll. We were still running like normal, still hitting 2,800 to 3,000 miles a week.
At Falcon headquarters, security allowed some former employees inside to collect belongings, but most had already done so before their key cards didn't work. Other trucking companies were recruiting Falcon drivers, hoping to fill gaps in the industry and keep freight moving.
You know, you have a job one day, you turn around and you don't have a job. Good thing is we're always looking for drivers, not just J-Rail.
And Nick Strimbu Incorporated is one of those companies interested in talking with former Falcon drivers. It hired one this morning who drove a Falcon truck to the job interview.
But we're going to pay him $750 to help bridge that pay gap that they're going to inherently have now.
Nick Strimbu also has another $750 bonus down the road. Many of these former Falcon drivers were on the road 100,000 miles a year. They have experience, and that's the perfect mix behind the wheel, which Nick Strimbu recognizes is important.
We could take 50. I mean, we could grow quick. We have plenty. There's plenty of freight out there, and it's just a matter of finding the right company that for you.
And I noticed a couple other trucking companies based in Salt Lake City and Roanoke, Virginia, are offering to help former Falcon drivers stranded on the road get back home.
Right, so this is prophecy. The jobs are not coming back. You know, no matter what the news media says, because the truth comes from the Bible. This is start at Isaiah chapter 19, verse 14. It says, "The Lord Yahweh hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do." Right, so all the work that's up in Egypt, which is America, is finna disappear, man. Trucking companies shut down, Walmart, Targets, Pick and Saves, gas stations, so on and so forth, man. But your news media is telling you something totally different. The news media making it seem like the jobs are coming back and ain't went nowhere, stuff like that. And you got people that's still listening to the news media. But you got a lot of people that's going to these alternative news sites and keeping up with everything and getting ready for this, the race wars and the economic collapse. And then ultimately the thermonuclear war that's finna happen. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Right, so you're supposed to come in this truth as a young man, man. Get the truth before the evil days come, before all the chaos and destruction kick off, which ultimately going to lead up to the nuclear missiles hitting America, and other places around the world. It says, nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right, when you get old, man. So you're supposed to come in this young, get this understanding before it's too late. It says, while the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, right? When chaos comes. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, that's talking about your elites, and the strong men shall bow themselves, your military, and the grinders cease because they are few. The grinders talking about the jobs, man. So there's going to be a few jobs out here, man. And then when they implement that RFID chip, you ain't going to be able to work unless you have the chip, which that's against the Bible. If you take it, you're going to be destroyed. It said, and those that look out of the windows be darkened, right? People have no future. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, right? No jobs. And he shall arise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low, right, man? So the daughters of music shall be brought low. The morals and the music is garbage nowadays, man. The people are wicked in these songs, man. Ain't no substance behind this music anymore. But this is all prophecy. But ultimately, only the elect going to get it, man. Everybody else not going to get it. It's only for the elect. They say, if you know better, you do better. But you can tell because people know better, but they're not doing better. That's because the Lord got them angels blinding them. There's an elect, a chosen that's supposed to understand this and live up to this. Come back to who they are through the spirit and power. How about Shema Shai? Everybody else is just here to be destroyed, man. This is Revelation chapter 16, verse 15. It says, behold, I come as a thief, right? And this is the Lord coming as a thief. If you're not watching these news articles and putting all this together and keeping track of it, I named off a couple places that's being shut down or that has been shut down, and that's just not even the start of it, but it's just getting worse. If you're not keeping up with it, then you're gonna be caught off guard. It says, blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garments, keepeth the truth. You gotta keep the truth. You gotta keep the understanding of what's going on in the scriptures and bringing it and paying attention to the word and bringing it to life. When you're out there in the highways and byways, man. Lest he walk naked and they see a shame. And your shame is not having the understanding of the Bible. So a lot of people being caught out there, man. A lot of guys left the truth and trying to get back in because they see everything happening because they lost faith. But the Lord not letting people back in, man. This is second. This is the last scripture. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 1. Thou, therefore, my son, be strong in the grace that is in Yahushua, and the things that thou hast heard of me among many witnesses. The same commit thou to faithful men who shall be able to teach others. Right. So you're supposed to commit this word and to those who can teach others, man, the ones who believe. This isn't for everybody. Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua, right? We had to endure the afflictions, the sufferings, the persecutions that's going on behind us bringing out this word, because people don't want to hear the truth. They want to stay in folly land, which when that time comes, they're going to be having heart attacks, be scared to death, and that's going to be on them. And we just going to laugh at them. This is verse 4. It says, no man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life. Right? So, you warn right now, man. And you don't entangle yourself back into the affairs of this life, because the Lord woke you up so that you can be delivered. That he may please him who have chosen him to be a soldier, right? So, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, from the apostles on down, we were chosen to do this work, to be a soldier, to be delivered. Yahweh is our way of the elect, So, that's a blessing to know this information and prepare for it, so we won't get caught off guard. But with that being said, all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Al-Shai, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that were well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.